Hey folks, welcome. We are playing some Dwarf Fortress in Fortress mode. I am just kind of trying things out. It will be a fortress, but the main purpose is to practice some of the new stuff in 42.06 and remember how to play the game again, because it's been a while. Though I have been playing a little bit on my own time, trying to retrain all the muscle memory in my fingers and my brain, since this can be a very entertaining game to try to keep up on when it comes to things like what key do I push when I want to do something? Okay, I gotta move that over. And of course, I'm streaming this to Twitch as well, so if you're interested in joining me when I stream, then you can come on over. I'm not gonna give you probably a whole lot of notice, but it will pop up on my YouTube channel as well. And of course, you can subscribe on Twitch and have it tell you whenever I start streaming as well. So we are playing, what is the name of this? Well, if we bring up, not that one, let's bring up Dwarf Therapist. This is going to be fun since I have all sorts of crazy stuff going on here. So we are playing, you can't see it in your title, but we're playing Bearbaits. And one of the ideas of this fortress was actually that we're going to try to see if we can build a nice tavern and have Bobo from our previous adventure playthrough maybe come visit the fortress. And who knows, maybe he'll petition to join the fortress as well. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little bit on this. There we go, and let's tab out of that and let's look around a little bit. So we do have a river in the bottom right-hand corner. Otherwise, not a whole lot of trees or anything. Pretty sparse vegetation. I don't think we're going to really be able to gather a whole lot outside, which could always be fun. If we look at civilizations, well, that is the one we came from. So, I can't see any of the other civs, can I? Okay. And Uvelshgak, that's what Bearbaits is in Dwarf. Now we do have quite a lot of stone here on the surface. We also have some nice, what would that be? Just sand to dig into if we want to dig into the mountain real quick. Let's throw the tab back up for your guys' sake. I do have, I believe, if I can get that out of the way, I do have what keys I'm pushing right up there for you. So if you're trying to follow along, maybe learn something, you can do that as well. Or you can always ask in the chat and I'll do my best to tell you what's going on. But the first thing we need to do is get into this mountain fairly quickly. I don't really quite remember what this embark site looks like because I made it a while ago. So I think we're just going to go due west in, though this could be nice for farming. Always come up here from inside our fortress and farm from there if we don't have anything worth farming on downstairs at all. So I'm just going to do the typical 3x3 kind of entrance in, and we'll put in a little bit of switchback just to try to keep of course I didn't hit D, just to keep people from rushing in if we aren't quite ready for any sort of attack. Oh, that's 4. Now, let's do it that way. Of course, this is all the boring stuff, isn't it? Gosh, I can't do anything right today. This might have been a poor day to choose to stream this. There we go. Unlike when I played way in the past, you can't really put traps down anymore if you want to have your trading area inside, your trade depot. The caravans won't path over them anymore, so we're going to have to think about that. And there's, of course, all sorts of stuff we can do. We could create a different entrance into our fortress that is lined with traps just for the goblins and close this off with a bridge when the goblins show up. We may not actually have goblins because I believe we're on a little island where it's only us and human civilization. So we'll get a caravan from our civilization as a dwarf. We'll also get caravans from the human civilization, hopefully, but nothing else probably. Okay, I don't want to spend too much effort digging here. We are right up against the edge of the map, though. That could cause... No, I think we'll be all right. Now, I do need room for my trade depot. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. Should fit in there. That leaves a little room for a door as well. Actually, 2. Let's do that. We'll put 2 doors here. And then we'll dig out... yeah, we can't quite go to the edge. We'll just make it kind of tall and skinny like that. Okay, now, dwarf-wise, let's see what we have real quick before we unpause time and let our miners get into things. So, I tend to nickname them just whatever job I want them to do when I'm creating my dwarves. And as you can see, I specifically made them the way I wanted to. And we have only 1 miner. Interesting. Usually I'll have 2. So we're going to want to enable someone else to do it. We have our carpenter, also does stone detailing. We have a hunter. You are the leader, and you are our cook. I want to get the cook set up pretty quick, as well as the leader, but we'll have him mine. And by leader... oh, wrong guy. Actually, you know what? Mason's perfect guy to do this, because he's not going to be doing any masonry anytime soon. And just in case one takes a break, we'll enable it there as well. And yeah, I think that's good. Our leader's more just the bookkeeper, actually. Okay, let's resume. Now, I also want to chop down a couple trees, probably. Pick out a couple over here. And, wow, there's really nothing to gather. Perhaps that'll get better over time. I'm not really sure how they propagate. We do have some saplings and stuff, or plants. Sapling plants. Sometimes they're trees, sometimes they're just plants, watermelons and stuff. Okay, so we'll have some potential options here, assuming that stuff grows all right. And these guys are horribly slow at digging, but they'll get better at time. Now, of course, I'm going to break down our wagon and get all that stuff. But first, I want to set up my stockpiles indoors. And really, you guys need to be doing something. So why don't we just tell you to grab, oh, I don't know, everything nearby that's about that far up. And we'll go all the way down. And then I'll just go down like that. We don't want them trying to cross the water or anything silly like that. So let's just do it to there. Okay, that'll give our plant gatherers, if we have any, let's check on that, something to do. So there's so much stuff in Dwarf Therapist now because there's so much stuff in the game now. And it'll take me a little while. All that, oh no, that's where that usually is. Okay. So we want plant gathering, and we'll just have anyone who's not mining right now gather plants. They'll probably wipe that out pretty quick. Okay. Of course, we do have a fisher dwarf, as always. That's the only way to play, so he will be catching fish, or not. There's nothing to catch in the southern swamps. I'm used to digging in dirt on my embarks, so this is definitely slowing things down a little bit. And just to make this pretty, let's remove our up-down ramps there. Actually, keep things safe. Let's get rid of those as well. I don't want someone just popping in from a different Z level and killing me. And interrupted by combat already, huh? Oh, he's the hunter. That's right. How can you be interrupted by combat if you're a hunter? I'm trying to get a boar, though. Doesn't hurt the boar at all. Oh, someone else was, the one of the gatherers was. That's right. It's been a while. Okay, well, in that case, let's really quickly get a food stockpile set up because, well, he is storing it there. Let's do it the other way then. Let's very quickly build a butcher shop. Oops. Butcher shop. We'll tear this down in a second as soon as we get everything set up, but we do need Butcher shop. We will need a carpenter shop. And let's do a stockpile for wood. I'm just allowed to do every wood right now. And I'm sure that boar is probably going to go bad before we ever get these things up and cooked. And the hunter already ran out of ammunition. Hopefully he's got more. So we need butchery in order to make that happen. Right now, our butcher is... He's also our brewer. That's not smart. Okay, so he is currently gathering plants. Let's take him off of plant gathering. See if we can get that butcher shop made. Now these guys are slowly getting over there. Come on, guys. Of course, whoever my tree chopper is also not chopping that tree because we don't have anyone set on... Huh. Who did I make? Probably nobody. Usually I make a guy that I can put in my military later on. He's a crossbowman though, so I did it with the hunter this time, I guess. Unless one of these miners is also... No, it'd show up on here. So, fisher, you know what? We don't really need the fish right now. Have you cut down a tree. Hopefully I'll remember to turn your fishing on later. Okay. We're almost to the point where we can start digging down. Now in this area, I'm going to set my internal stockpile to try to get most of the stuff off of off the wagon. And then, this stuff I usually take forever on when I'm doing it on my own leisure. That made already? Excellent. Okay. Well, I need you to immediately make 7 beds. That's 9 if I fill up this whole thing. And... all right, the butcher shop actually is working. It should automatically do it, but we are also outside. And I don't know how far away that is. It'll grab them automatically for a certain distance, or if they're in a stockpile. So really, I guess what I should do is make a stockpile just for corpses here. I can't tell where that whole thing is. Let's just do that. We'll make it a refuse stockpile, and we will set it to probably just corpses. Actually, I want the fresh hide in here. Because we'll set up a tanner. Well, yeah, we'll just get it out of the place. I'm gonna forbid just body parts and all the garbage that comes from making stuff. And then we'll set up another refuse stockpile. Probably right next door. I'm gonna move all this stuff later, so it's just kind of temporary thing. And in here, we don't want any corpses. Actually, we want to enable all that, permit all that. Just turn off the fresh hide, and that should be good. Okay. We have no idlers, which is always a good thing. I'm gonna wait to set up the fishery until we get our workshop area downstairs at least started. Because I always end up with stuff out here, and the last thing I want is my fishery, a secondary fishery out here I forget to get rid of. And of course, they fill it in from the far end. Why not? I do like to get my dwarfs. Obviously, food is very important, and drink. I brought quite a bit of it. But I also always want to get their bed set up as quickly as I can, because I don't want them sleeping on the ground. So, bed-wise, we're about halfway there. And of course, if anyone would like a dwarf named after them or anything like that, who are you giving water to? Hope no one's hurt. Probably can't really find out right now because I don't have a doctor. I could cheat and probably look in Dwarf Therapist. Everyone looks fine. I don't know if that works or not if I don't have a doctor, but I think it probably does. Okay. Well, we can start throwing some beds down. I'm actually... Oh, that's not a bad idea. No, I want to get my trading post up pretty quick, too. So I'm just going to probably put them all against the wall here. I'm not going to bother with the quality. In fact, they're not bad, though. These will be used some other time. And that's all I got right now. Okay, and let's build a trade depot. See, I'm remembering some of my shortcuts. Let's put it there. Luckily, I did create the right size area for it. Okay, unfortunately, they were doing the ramps instead of the important stuff down here. And we're going to have a whole lot of hauling we need to do in order to get rid of these stones. Or alternatively, I could just plop down a masonry workshop, have them turn it all into blocks. And stone blocks are about 1/10, I believe, of the weight of an entire stone. And each stone makes 4 blocks, because back in the day, it used to be every single square you mined out gave you a block. So this was a way to keep it from getting cluttered so quickly. And by block, I meant stone. You got a stone for every single area that you mined out. And yeah. Well, things are happening, except for our boar is not getting... Yeah, it's already rotten. I would love it if you would... Let's look at some of our orders, because we might be having some issues here. The first thing I want to do... Yeah, like all that. Let's have them gather refuse from outside, but ignore vermin remains. Okay. And let's also... I'm not worried about food right now. Let's go to workshop orders, though. Do not auto-loom. Use dyed cloth, yes. Do not auto-collect webs. Hey, good. Everything's right. I think it might be remembering it from a different time I played. Usually those starting values are not what I want them to be. Okay, did we finish all of our beds? We did. So, we have 5 down. And then I'm going to designate the middle bed. And just make a bit of a bedroom here. We'll make it a dorm. Anyone can sleep here. Oh, you guys are so slow. That's my fault for digging into the rock. I should have gone down here. I'm an idiot. I'm a big idiot. Okay, we should have someone who does architecture if I was smart. Architecture, excellent. In fact, he's quite good at it. Part of me wishes there was a way to speed up time in Dwarf Fortress, but another part of me thinks that'd be a horrible idea. I would die consistently. Okay. Actually have no idea how long I've been recording for. That's not a good thing. Sorry for the silence. I'm actually trying to figure it out based on the size of the file. I think this will be a good kind of setup episode, and things will start happening soon after this. So I'm actually going to stop this episode. The live stream will continue, but I'll just start up the episode again right away. So hopefully I'll see you guys then, assuming this all makes it on YouTube. Bye-bye.